Do you know how many times Peter Griffin has completely changed the design of his house? Most of the time it turns into total chaos, but every now and then he actually pulls off something surprisingly decent. Number 1. Building a fortress and fixing the stairs. Season 12, episode 4. Remember that time Peter went full naked mode in front of Brian and basically scarred him for life?
So now one of them builds his house out of straws, right? Now how the hell do you build a house out of straws? And 3 pigs living together? Yay.
Yeah, hard to forget. I mean, witnessing Peter's wobbly, gravity-defying body is enough to make anyone question their life choices. Seeing Brian clearly traumatized, Peter casually shrugs it off like, dude, who doesn't get naked in front of their dog?
Peter, what are you doing? I'm just getting ready for bed. What's wrong? You're naked. I'm right here. Who cares? You're my dog.
Which is rich, coming from a guy whose dog is basically more civilized than him. And let's be real, Brian is technically always naked anyway, except for that one time Lois made him wear a raincoat like some kind of depressed fashion model.
We're going to Martha's Vineyard.
Do I have to wear this on the ferry?
Yes, you do.
What about Peter? Why doesn't he have to wear this crap?
Peter's in his crate.
I'm actually relieved. The ferry would be overstimulating.
But oh no, the nightmare doesn't stop there. Later, Brian walks into the bathroom. Boom, Peter naked again.
Taking a shower, taking a little break to bite at the water. Ah!
Just existing like it's completely normal. Brian protests, obviously, but Peter pulls the ultimate my house, my rules card. According to him, a man's home is his cave, which somehow explains why he once turned the entire house into a full-blown fortress.
Halt, wench! State your business.
Peter, will you please put down the drawbridge? I got a car full of groceries.
And honestly, the cherry on top? A flag made out of Peter's underwear. Absolute peak civilization right there.
Anything else?
I also went to the video store and got Garfield, A Tale of Two Kitties.
Meanwhile, Meg is having a much worse week. At school, she accidentally spills food on a giant bully named Mike, who responds like a true gentleman by challenging her to a fight on Friday.
What's your name, dude?
Meg Griffin!
3 o'clock, Friday. I will destroy you.
To prepare, Meg literally asks Chris to give her her backpack so she can use it as a shield.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna need it for the fight.
Yes, that's the level we're operating on. Back at home, Brian is still suffering, now getting roasted by Peter and Lois teaming up to call him an idiot like it's a sport.
All right, here we go.
Ah! You thought you were gonna see my wife's penis, but no, it's mine.
You idiot!
Meg's fight becomes the hottest event in school, but she's absolutely terrified, so her friends try to help her dodge this completely unfair matchup.
I guess you're right. But it's not like it's the 1950s.
So I see you graduated #1 in your class from Princeton.
That's right, and I'm certified as an accountant and also have a law degree.
Unfortunately, this isn't the 1950s. You can't just fake your way out of everything.
That's all very impressive. We'll keep you in mind. Let's see. Pointy boobs, medium pointy boobs, not so pointy boobs. That's a shame.
So Meg comes up with a genius plan. Convince Lois to transfer her to the Carlisle Academy because obviously going there increases her chances of getting a boyfriend. Flawless logic.
Mom, please. There's other schools. Carlisle Academy leads the state in teen pregnancies, so I might meet somebody.
But there's just one tiny problem. It's a super expensive private school. Lois says no, mainly because Peter already blew a ridiculous amount of money building what he proudly calls a grand staircase to welcome guests.
Hey, is Peter here?
Hang on. Peter!
Why, Glenn Quagmire, it's been 10 years if it's been a day.
Number 2. Turning the house into a full-on vampire lair. Season 15, episode 6. Remember when the whole family was just chillin', watching TV, and suddenly Meg comes sprinting downstairs like she just saw her GPA, screaming because a bat attacked her? Classic Tuesday.
Ah! Mom! Dad! A bat! A bat!
Peter, of course, tells everyone to relax, confidently assuming it's just Grandpa Munster dropping by in bat form for a friendly neighborhood check-in.
Hey, Grandpa, how did you sleep last night?
Yeah, see, if it was him, he would have said, like I do every night, upside down.
Lois is understandably terrified because, you know, there's a flying disease with wings in the house. But Peter? Oh, Peter's built different. He's convinced he can take the bat down easy, like that one time he tried to upgrade his manhood. Yeah, don't ask.
I wanted to hang down to my knees. They moved up my knees.
Now here's where the genius kicks in. Peter's master plan? Buy a toy helicopter, strap a gun to it, and go full Rambo on a creature the size of a chicken nugget.
Now, I don't have anything to control the trigger with, so I put it on a timer. But I don't remember how long I set it. Ah, we're all gonna die!
What could possibly go wrong? Well, everything. The plan backfires spectacularly, nearly takes out the entire family, and to top it off, the bat steals the gun.
Okay, so now the bat has a gun and the knives I gave him.
What? Why would you give him knives?
I didn't think it would matter. I was counting on this helicopter thing working.
And then, finally, the moment we didn't know we needed, Peter decides the only way to understand bats is to become one. Boom. The house gets a full vampire makeover. Gothic, dramatic, probably smells like expired wine and bad decisions.
In order to understand the bat, we must first understand the vampire. So I watched Interview with the Vampire. Cast your gaze upon Lestat.
Lois is absolutely done at this point, telling Peter he's not a vampire and to knock it off. But Peter? Nah, he's committed. Man spent money on this. He's gonna roleplay Dracula if it bankrupts him.
Then why am I clad in velvet pants tucked into soft leather boots? And why does my shirt billow so in the wind of that rotating fan?
Eventually, Peter admits the truth. He's just trying to reinvent himself because some guy at work said he dresses like a clown. Honestly, fair.
Well, you show him tomorrow, Peter. How'd it go?
I was sent home early and labeled a distraction. They're having a meeting about me tomorrow.
But wait, it gets better. Peter realizes bats are nocturnal, so at 3 a.m. he wakes up, convinced the bat is downstairs watching adult movies like a tiny winged degenerate.
Aha!
Welcome back to CNBC's Moneyline.
Oh, come on, man. Nobody's buying that. You expect me to believe you own stocks?
Bat Industries was up $2 a share today in heavy trading.
And somehow, he's right. Armed with a tennis racket, Peter goes full caveman, chasing the bat around, but misses every single swing like he's playing Wii Sports with lag. Furious, he ends up trashing Meg's room instead, because why not? She's used to it. And the grand finale? Peter finally scares the bat out of the house, but accidentally injures poor little Stewie in the process.
What is it? Ah! Ow! You can beat me, but I am who I am!
Number 3, switching to a Native American lifestyle. Season 15, episode 17. It all kicks off when Peter shows up at a church raffle, because nothing screams holy experience like gambling with the side of guilt.
So, what are your hobbies?
I like to roller skate.
Ah, you're a roller skater. Good, good, good. If you don't mind, I'm going to use that. Here it is, a drawing of my little roller skater.
There, he runs into his buddies who are all hyped about winning a spot at a fantasy baseball camp at Fenway Park. Peter immediately lights up like a kid who just discovered sugar, saying this has always been his dream, along with another dream, tuning a guitar in front of a live audience.
This was in perfect tune when they handed it to me.
And somehow, against all laws of probability and common sense, Peter actually wins a full week at Fenway Park.
Holy crap, I won!
Wow, good for you.
Congratulations!
I like it when people say your name out loud.
Boom! Boston trip secured. But forget the baseball. Peter's favorite part is pretending to be luggage just so he can ride the airport conveyor belt.
Sir, you're not allowed to be on the carousel.
Well, and maybe you shouldn't have named it such a fun word.
And the payoff? He runs into another version of himself, wearing a bow tie. Multiverse confirmed. Nobody questions it.
Excuse me, I'm not yours. He's stealing me. I'm being stolen.
Excuse me? I think you've got mine.
Oh, that's a good idea.
The next day, his friends show up with special gifts, aka obvious bribes, trying to convince Peter to take them along.
Hi, Peter. You know how you like $40 cash? Well, here's almost $40 cash.
Peter hesitates, treating this like it's a life or death decision. Basically the same energy as when he once didn't know what to do with a giant watermelon he bought for no reason.
Griffin, I just wanted to tell you, that's a great outfit. Keep it up.
I knew it. I have to start trusting myself more.
Brian, being the only semi-functional brain in the room, points out that whoever gets left behind will be salty, so he suggests Peter just take Lois instead. Clean, no drama, in theory.
It's 3 new tennis balls. Great. I'm gonna get them all. I'm gonna get them all.
Peter agrees, and Meg is shocked because Lois has never cared about baseball a day in her life. Meanwhile, Meg is even less thrilled when Lois casually leaves the house management to a dog.
Anyway, be good. And while we're gone, Brian's in charge. Where is Brian?
What's up, bitches?
Brian proudly steps up like, yeah, obviously I'm in charge, but Lois shuts that down real quick and appoints Meg instead.
I thought you were gonna dress like a baseball player.
I am, Chris. I'm the type of player who arrives at the stadium in a suit with a tie knot as big as an apple. That's how you know I got money.
Meg lays down some basic rules, and Stewie immediately responds by spitting on her. Authority established.
And I may assign
That's
a
great,
chore or
Meg.
two because it's actually more
Sounds
fun
like
when
you got it
everyone
all worked
pitches
out.
in.
Hey, by the way, I'm gonna flush your retainer down the toilet.
Fast forward to Fenway Park. Peter is losing his mind with excitement, while Lois is mentally halfway to a shopping mall. But plot twist, the coach is weirdly thrilled to see a woman there and insists she stay.
What do you think, Peter?
What do I think about sharing fantasy baseball camp with my wife?
Yeah, come on, let her play.
Wow, 1980s All-Star Wade Boggs!
Peter is not loving the idea of sharing his fantasy baseball dream with his wife, but after getting hyped up by Wade Boggs and David Ortiz, he caves.
So, what do you say? Are you gonna let your wife play?
Absolutely. Lois, stay here and play with us. I can't say no to baby Boggs. Could you? Ah, he bit me.
Standing in Fenway Park, Peter is absolutely overwhelmed. Like, I can't believe I'm actually here levels of hype.
Lois, see that wall there? They call that the Green Monster. And over there's where I threw a D-cell battery at Jose Canseco.
And finally, the moment hits. He fulfills his dream. Now there's just one thing left on his list, living that full Native American lifestyle.
Peter, what the hell did you do to the house?
I know, it seems pretty lame until you realize I'm 58. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to go lick the foot of a fleshy, pale woman for real sex 34.
Number 4. Redesigning the Bedroom, Season 3, Episode 14. Remember when Chris suddenly started talking in full-on street slang?
Yo, did y'all check me when that hottie was all up in my Kool-Aid? Yeah, I was looking to break off a little something, but my crew gave me the 411 on that skank, and she's all about the blank blank.
Yeah, Peter immediately jumped to the only logical conclusion, possession. Naturally, he tries to perform an exorcism on his own son, because nothing says good parenting like yelling at demons that aren't there.
The power of Christ compels you! The power of Christ compels you!
Peter, stop! He's not possessed.
Yeah, he's just talking street. Lots of kids do it.
Oh.
After that fails, shocking, I know, Cleveland suggests Peter should reconnect Chris with his Irish roots, since, you know, it's been a while since they bonded. Basically, not since that one time they played Operation and Peter lost to a plastic patient.
I'm going for the funny bone, Dad.
Oh, you touched the sides. Oh, geez, he's waking up. Quick, let's get him back to the bus station.
So Peter goes full ancestry mode, dragging Chris to the Irish Heritage Museum to learn about their roots. But things take a hard left turn when a trip to the genealogy section of the Quahog Public Library reveals a plot twist nobody saw coming. The Griffins have a black ancestor named Nate Griffin.
And his great-grandpa was Thomas Griffin, a great philosopher.
Thomas, would you please go look for a job?
Why?
Brian does some digging and confirms it's legit. Peter's lineage just got a whole lot more complicated.
So I took her head and stuck it by my butt and blew a huge fart right back at her. Oh, that laugh's in here too, see?
Meg and Chris? Absolutely thrilled. Peter? Oh, he's already reinventing himself.
Yeah, and now I can wear clothes that actually show off my big butt.
Oh, I gotta tell Bonnie I'm sleeping with a black man.
After hanging out with Cleveland, Peter decides he's going to make more black friends, like himself.
Hey, Peter, what the? It's the vibration.
He tries everything, going to stand-up comedy shows, attending classes, but nothing clicks.
1967 was the same year that Thurgood Marshall was named to the Supreme Court of the United States.
That is, until he suddenly gains a crowd by passionately speaking up about rights for people whose ancestors were enslaved.
And when Arnold Jackson got beat up by the Gooch, I was there. So before you decide that I don't belong here, remember this. I was there.
And just like that, Peter becomes accidentally influential?
Hey, Big Dog, T-Bone, Shades, you guys go make yourself some sandwiches. We'll hook up later.
My jacket's in the kitchen. Please don't write on it.
But wait, plot twist number 2. Back home, Peter discovers from Carter's family history book that Nate Griffin was actually a slave owned by the Pewterschmidt family.
Come here, kids. Give Grandma and Grandpa a kiss goodnight. Whoa!
Ah! You can whip me all you like, white devil, but you'll never break my spirit!
And you already know Peter isn't letting that slide. He shows up in full dramatic costume, demanding reparations from Carter, who, wanting this whole thing to disappear immediately, hands him $20,000 just to shut him up.
$10,000?
Not enough? Fine, make it 20. How do you spell Kichwa?
Yeah, you know what? Screw the Kichwa. Make it out to Peter, P-E-T-E.
And what does Peter do with this money? Oh, nothing responsible. Absolutely nothing. Instead, he blows it all, turning the living room into a full replica of Pee-wee's playhouse.
There's a chair that freaking talks. Hey, look, there's some fish that give advice. Holy crap, it's Screwy in Peter's playhouse.
The highlight? Brian dressed up as Zombie, magically appearing and speaking on command like Peter's personal, slightly confused genie.
Hey, Zombie! Okay, say it.
Mechaleka hi, Mecahine. God, I hate you so much.
Lois is furious, pointing out that the money should have gone to a meaningful cause. But Peter? He couldn't care less. He's too busy admiring his ridiculous new setup like it's the Mona Lisa of bad decisions. Because when Peter gets money, responsibility is the first thing to die.
Lois, the king of cartoons will be here in 5 minutes, and I will not have you embarrass me.
You're acting ridiculous.
You said the secret word!
Number 5. Building a moat around the house. Season 1, Episode 1. In this episode, Peter gets fired from the toy factory after pulling a world-class genius move, getting drunk, passing out, and accidentally letting dangerous toys slip onto the market.
Come on, Timmy, throw the silly ball. Oh boy, a pound poochie.
Come on, baby Heimlich, spit it out.
Smooth, Peter. Real smooth. Naturally, he doesn't want Lois finding out, because if she does, she'll turn him into a human stress ball in about 3 seconds.
Lie to her. It's okay to lie to women. They're not people like us. I don't know. Hey, where's the other guy? Come on, you bastard! I'm late for work! Oh, this is perfect.
So Peter goes on a desperate job hunt, and fails at literally everything. First, he tries filming commercials. Disaster.
Try it again.
I'm caca for Cuckoo Puffs.
Oh, damn it, take 26.
Then he takes a job monitoring people sneezing at a salad bar. Yes, that's apparently a real thing in Peter's brain.
Take it outside, lady.
Still fails. He even enters a talent show hoping to win some prize money, and walks away with nothing but crushed dreams and probably a restraining order.
And the grand prize goes to the Von Trapp Family Singers.
Oh, that is bull.
Brian, being the only semi-functional adult in the house, tells Peter to just tell Lois the truth. But Peter refuses. He's terrified Lois will see him as a failure, or worse, not man enough to fight off tanks in Tiana.
Screw this. I just came over to buy some fireworks.
Lois is going to find out eventually. I mean, Peter avoiding Lois every day? That's not a plan, that's cardio. Peter finally decides to confess, but when the moment comes, he completely chickens out and tells Lois everything is great.
What do I do?
Tell him to keep lying. He's in too deep.
I don't know. Hey, where's the other guy?
God, this is unbelievable.
Meanwhile, Brian's like, yeah, she's definitely gonna notice something's off when people show up to repossess the house.
It's gonna dry up soon, and she'll probably sense something's amiss when they repossess your house. You really ought to think of your family's welfare.
Jeez, Brian, that's a great idea.
Out of options, Peter signs up for unemployment benefits. After one of the weirdest interviews ever, he actually gets approved.
Do you have any disabilities, past injuries, physical anomalies?
I didn't have gas for the first time until I was 30. What the hell was that?
And how much does he receive? $150,000 per week. Yeah, even Peter's like, okay, the government officials must be drunker than I was.
Mr. President, why do you think the American public has continued to support you throughout these impeachment proceedings?
Oh, probably because you're so fat.
And the way he spends it? Absolute chaos. First purchase, a giant statue of David for the front yard. Because nothing says responsible adult like a naked marble dude greeting your neighbors.
Yeah, they're gonna be ticked though. The penis broke off while I was loading it into the car.
I shall call you Eduardo.
Then he increases the kids' allowance, buys ridiculously expensive meals for the family.
Thank you, Daddy.
I don't know, Peter. Lips are one thing, but did you have to buy breast implants for Chris?
Yeah, it makes him happy. Hey, these are cool.
And, of course, builds a full-on moat around the house. Why? To keep out the Black Knight, obviously.
Well, it does keep the Black Knight at bay.
And because Peter now has absurd amounts of money, he upgrades the entire house interior to match his new lifestyle. Because if you're going to accidentally scam the system, you might as well do it in style.
I know what I did was wrong, but I only did it for you and the kids. Except for the jukebox in the bathroom. That was a gift for Peter.
Yeah, from the American tax.
Number 6. Building a border wall around the house. Season 2, Episode 18. Remember when Peter tried to build a backyard pool? Yeah, about that. In classic Peter fashion, he somehow cuts through a power line mid-construction.
No!
Goodbye.
Ah, damn it.
Oh.
Then a utility worker casually drops the bombshell. Town zoning laws don't allow pools.
Hey, wait, come back here.
What?
I have to draw you. You're why cavemen painted on walls.
So Peter marches over to Mayor Adam West to demand a permit, only to find out something even crazier. Peter's house isn't even in the United States.
Sorry, but according to this map, you're not even part of these United States. Which would make you...
a communist! Ow!
Yep, not America, not anything, just vibes.
I'm not coming back in a week or ever. I've had it with you, and I've had it with this whole damn government.
Fine.
So Peter does what any completely rational adult would do. He goes home and declares independence, founding his own country called Pretoria.
We have the right to secede from the U.S. From this day forth, this territory will be known as Pretoria. I was gonna call it Peterland, but that gay bar down by the airport already took it.
News spreads instantly, and reporters swarm the new nation like it's the weirdest tourist attraction ever.
What's it like being the woman behind the man?
Well, you know, when Peter first said we were our own country, I was a bit skeptical, but then I thought, hey, I could be like Hillary Clinton. Only, you know, without the penis.
Lois introduces Pretoria as a land of hardworking, wholesome white people. Chris is apparently running their satellite system, because sure, why not?
Almost. Ow! They should really use monkeys for this.
And Peter? Oh, he's the president, obviously.
Oh, Peter, that tickles me in a way that if Loretta tickled me in that way, I'd say, oh yeah, that's nice. That's the spot.
While chugging beer with his friends, Peter proudly declares he was born to lead, just like his ancestor from 10 generations ago, Ulysses S. Griffin. History teachers everywhere just felt a disturbance in the force.
Chug-a-lug, chug-a-lug.
Yeah! Woo! How's that, Robert E. Lee?
All right, no more slaves. But we still don't have to read books.
Deal.
Yeah! Woo!
Now that he's president, Peter believes he's above all laws. He skips out on paying for beer, breaks rules left and right, and no one can stop him.
Peter time, I'm a big shot. There's no doubt. Light a fire and pee it out. Don't like it? Kiss my rump. Just for a minute, let's all do the bump.
He even writes and performs his own song, Can't Touch Me, right in the street like a legally immune lunatic.
It's Peter. Go Peter. Upset Peter. Yo, Peter. Let's see Regis rap this way. Can't touch me. Except for you. You can touch me.
Things escalate when, on the advice of an Iraqi diplomat, Peter annexes Joe's pool and renames it Joe-Hio. Yes, he just took it.
You can't just come over here and annex my pool.
Oh, yeah? Well, according to paragraph 7, sentence 3, word 8 of the Geneva Convention, So tough luck, Swanson.
At this point, the US military is like, all right, that's enough nonsense, and prepares to take the land back.
Well, a military strike against such a small nation could cause an international backlash.
True, but this kind of behavior can't be tolerated.
Agreed. I suggest we start with political sanctions.
Very good, gentlemen.
In response, Peter builds a full-on border wall around his house to defend Pretoria, but ends up completely surrounded. No one in, no one out.
Dad, I tried to go to school, but this guy won't let me.
Oh, yeah? Him in what army?
The U.S. Army.
Oh, that's a good army.
This is one of the rare times Peter actually modifies his house in a strategic way.
All right, looks like things are getting very heated here. This is not a safe place to be. And now sports.
And it still goes horribly wrong. And the funniest part? When the power gets cut, the entire family is stuck living by flashlight. Meanwhile, Stewie sees this as the perfect opportunity to finally eliminate Lois. And as always, completely fails.
We have to think about the welfare of our children. Stewie, is that you?
Look, Lois, my mind is made up. I'm not giving up an inch of Praetorian soil.
Number 7. Turning the garage into a bar. Season 1, Episode 4. In this episode, Lois asks Peter to do something truly terrifying. Be responsible. You know, clean the house, help out, act like an adult.
Peter, I spent all morning cleaning up the house, and in 5 seconds you turn it into low tide at the pier.
Unfortunately, Peter and basic hygiene have the same relationship as oil and water. Just look at the time he tried doing laundry. Yeah, let's just say the clothes didn't survive.
Hey, I'm missing another shark. Hey!
Welcome to Narnia. I'm Mr. Tumnus.
Hey, give me back my shark, you goat bastard! Hey!
Lois also asks him to watch Stewie, but Peter refuses because he's still traumatized from a previous diaper changing incident. That memory clearly lives rent-free in his brain.
No, you imbecile! That's not talc, that's paprika! Ah! Take that!
So Lois settles for plan B. Peter drives Chris to soccer practice, then comes home to babysit Stewie while she goes to teach piano. Sounds simple, right? Wrong. At the soccer field, Peter runs into Quagmire, who is definitely not there for the game. He's there because, according to him, the moms are the real MVPs.
Quagmire, what are you doing here?
Oh, you know, soccer moms. All right.
Quagmire convinces Peter to stay and drink beer, which, shocking absolutely no one, Peter cannot resist.
Oh, Lois! Yay, beer!
A few beers later, Peter gets into a heated argument with another parent who insults Chris's soccer skills.
Handball! Penalty kick, blue!
That's the 10th time today! Nice grab, Orca! Hey, get Moby Dick off the field before he burps up a license plate!
Things escalate fast, and Peter throws a punch, only to realize he didn't hit a guy. He hit a pregnant woman, who just happens to look a bit masculine.
Whoa, stand back, give her some air.
You mean give him some air?
Call an ambulance. She's going into labor.
You mean he's going into labor? Whoops.
Yeah, that escalated way too quickly. Peter is immediately hit with a wave of guilt and tries to make things right by giving her a gift, hoping she'll forgive him. Because nothing says, "Sorry I punched you," like a random present, right? Since it's his first offense, Peter gets off with house arrest. And honestly, he considers himself lucky, because if the cops ever found out about all the other illegal stuff he's done, he'd probably be serving 12 life sentences by now.
And there was that time I took a whiz in public. And that time I snuck into Wimbledon.
His friends invite him out for drinks, but nope, he's stuck at home with constant police surveillance.
I gotta get out of here, I gotta get out of here, I gotta get out of here!
Bored out of his mind, Peter comes up with a genius solution. Bring the bar to him.
Build a bar! That's a great idea. Oh, wait, one last question. If I walk through you, does that mean, like, we've done it?
So he transforms his basement into a full-blown bar, turning his house into party central so his friends can hang out without him breaking house arrest.
What's the difference between pornography and art?
Here it comes.
A government grant!
Peter, you are in the zone.
And just like that, Peter once again improves his home in the most Peter way possible.
Chris, what are you doing here?
Sorry, Mom. I'm gonna need to see some ID.
Chris, go to your room.
Before long, his basement bar becomes the hottest spot in town, because nothing says nightlife like cheap beer, bad decisions, and a guy who once punched a pregnant woman at a soccer game.
Peter, you're behind all this?
Yes, and you'll never catch me.
Number 8, turning the house into a giant puppet. Season 2, Episode 15. Remember that time Stewie imagined himself as a cold-blooded professional assassin? Yeah, tiny baby, massive ego, zero chill.
Stewie,
What the devil are you doing here?
William sent me. He wanted me to tell you I killed him.
Just as he's about to deliver the final blow to his target, some random kid barges in and ruins the whole moment like a pop-up ad you can't skip.
Don't, please!
No! Jeffrey, take the 9 p.m. to Hounslow out of your mouth.
Stewie is furious, but in true evil genius fashion, he keeps it classy and lures the kid straight into a trap he conveniently already built, specifically for annoying children.
Everyone, meet Jeffrey, the newest member of the Club of Forgotten Children.
Meanwhile, back at the Griffin house, Peter and Chris are taking down the Christmas decorations. And by taking down, I mean Peter is throwing rocks at them until they fall off. Efficient? Maybe. Psychotic? Absolutely.
Taking down the Christmas decorations.
Lois watches this chaos unfold and casually mentions she's worried about Stewie not fitting in with other kids. Peter, in peak Peter logic, shrugs it off because, hey, he was a menace as a kid and turned out, well, this. Not exactly reassuring.
Look, your parents will be home any minute. Are you sure you don't want me to clean up this mess?
No. Go. It'll be funny.
Lois decides Stewie should go to daycare, but there's just one tiny problem. Stewie would rather declare war than cooperate. Peter claims he has a better plan, which is already a red flag.
Abner, the Griffin boy just killed a plastic reindeer.
Gladys, it took me 2 hours to work up the courage to rent this porno. Now you gonna watch it with me or not?
But Lois ignores him and takes Stewie to daycare anyway. Naturally, Stewie reacts by hating her even more and straight up calling her an evil witch.
What do you mean you're leaving me here? What is this place?
Come on, let go.
Why, you soulless witch. This is a biogenetic experimentation facility, isn't it? Admit it!
Honestly, not even the harshest thing said in that house. Despite his protests, Stewie is enrolled, and Lois is convinced he'll adjust eventually.
Look, if this is about the whole me killing you thing, it was a bit. I was doing shtick, I tell you. Homina.
But once she gets home, the house feels weirdly empty without her diabolical little tyrant. She starts spiraling into boredom, reminiscing about her pre-marriage life, back when things were actually exciting and not filled with rock-throwing idiots.
Oh my God, the actress who was the girl in Escape from Witch Mountain.
Brian, being the voice of reason, for once, suggests she get a job to keep herself busy. Lois considers it and asks Peter for permission, which he immediately shuts down.
What are you talking about? Your life is plenty exciting. For example. There you go. Good night.
And honestly, Meg backs him up, not because she agrees, but because leaving Peter home alone is basically asking for disaster. Give him 5 minutes unsupervised and he'll turn the entire house into a giant puppet, probably with Chris as the left arm and zero explanation.
Hey! Stay out of here. Hey! Nobody better come in here. I'm the Griffin's house. Bring me a tool shed, or I am hungry.
Number 9, Gold House, Season 10, Episode 1. You probably remember the time Peter mortgaged the house just to buy lottery tickets, right? Yep, completely insane.
Don't you know the lottery is just a tax on stupid people? Would you be saying that if the prize was 150 million bags at a neighbor's garbage? But it's not. I mean, is it? That is an unrealistic, unfair question.
Lois was furious and demanded he return all of them, but Peter was absolutely convinced he'd win after performing at a USO show for the Navy.
Just wanted to remind you fellas what you're all fighting for.
And somehow, luck actually does side with him. Peter hits the jackpot.
Yes, we won the lottery! I'm getting a penis butler.
Sir?
All right, buttle my penis. Buttle it!
He immediately hires a personal butler and keeps all the cash at home instead of putting it in the bank because he's paranoid someone's going to steal it.
Oh, you'd rather have it down at the bank where the Jewish guys can leer at it?
Yeah, money.
Woo!
Then the family starts figuring out how to spend the money. Chris wants to eat fried chicken until he throws up. Stewie wants tons of toys.
I'm gonna get a floor mirror to squat over and see what's making all that noise.
Lois thinks they should be responsible. And Peter? He builds a giant room filled with gold coins so he can swim in it like Scrooge McDuck.
Ah, it's not a liquid! It's a great many pieces of solid matter that form a hard floor-like surface. Ah!
After years of putting up with everything, Peter finally quits his job at the brewery and says goodbye to Angela.
Unexpected developments have created a situation where I am no longer in need of employment. I would be remiss, however, if I did not extend my gratitude to you for your unwavering fairness and belief in me, and there is a giant poo on your desk.
He spends his days drinking with friends, handing them hundreds of thousands of dollars to invest.
La 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 la.
La 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 la.
And even stops them from working so they can just hang out, drink, and watch TV.
We now return to Michael McDonald during allergy season.
Then Peter starts acting like he owns Quagmire and Joe. He makes Joe watch the entire first season of True Blood, then forces Quagmire to take a bite of ice cream, smear it all over his face, and even hits him.
Now smear what's left of it on your face and look at me with your mouth open. Look at yourself, you filthy whore. I don't even want this now.
Things get worse when Peter makes them perform Makin' Whoopee while he shoots at them. Joe ends up getting shot in the eye, and both of them get fed up and leave.
I don't need you. I got money.
You know, Peter, you used to be a great guy, but ever since you won that lottery... Come on, Joe! This guy!
Peter completely loses it after getting rich. He even makes a suit out of gold, decides he doesn't need friends anymore, and creates a Money Joe version instead.
You haven't talked to Joe or Quagmire in 2 weeks.
Who cares? I don't need Quagmire, and I certainly don't need Joe. I got Money Joe. That's a good one, Money Joe.
Meanwhile, Lois becomes more and more worried as money starts controlling everything in the house. The fence is made of gold.
I think I'm gonna take a nap.
What, here?
Yeah, I had a giant mobile put in the sky so I can sleep wherever I want.
And Stewie's toys are hung up in the air for him to look at every day.
This is nice. I hope that bear comes around soon. That's sort of my favorite. Oh, look, the bear!
Number 10, Add More Doors. Season 19, Episode 19.
We now return to House Hunters Westeros.
I love it. Sold!
Be warned, Khaleesi. The fourth bedroom has no point of egress, and the HOA is known to be unmerciful.
It all kicks off when Peter and the guys stumble upon a show called House Hunters Westeros Edition.
Shame! Shame!
Trash cans must be off the curb by 10 a.m. And pick up after your dragons.
At first, Peter hates it, calls it boring, pointless, and about as exciting as watching paint dry. On another show about paint drying, he keeps trying to change the channel, but somehow, the longer he watches, the more hooked he gets. Classic Peter logic.
Me too.
It's the only thing I watch on planes.
No! Why would they pick that house over the ranch style?
It's close to the city center, which, according to these shows, is important.
Soon enough, the guys decide, hey, why not make our own TV show? Peter jumps in immediately, mainly because it's been a while since they last did anything together. Probably since that one time they nearly died on a theme park ride.
I'm too heavy! Glenn! I'm too heavy! I'm too heavy, Mr. Quagmire! I'm too heavy! I'm too heavy, Glenn! I'm too heavy!
Back home, Peter proudly tells Lois they've created a show called HGTV. Lois is less impressed and more annoyed that she wasn't invited.
What? I'm a mom. I love those shows. I would have done that with you. I'm just sitting here reading a blank book. When it's not my story, they give me empty books.
Peter apologizes, kind of, then turns on the TV to show her their masterpiece.
Okay, the first thing I do is take down this wall to open up the kitchen. Just make this whole room a kitchen. And then I'm gonna gut this bathroom, pull out all the toilets, and make it a kitchen. Same thing upstairs and in the master.
The show is about fixing up old houses, except letting Peter handle renovations is like handing a chainsaw to a toddler.
I just don't think I can go to the bathroom in a sink.
That's what everyone says until they do it once. And then you realize they're both just holes with water.
Why do you keep saying that?
Because it's true.
At one point, he suggests homeowners don't even need a toilet and can just share the sink. Yeah, genius.
Now, let me walk you through my thoughts on the garage. You see where that car is parked? Imagine that all kitchen.
5 front doors.
Inspired by his own terrible show, Peter suddenly decides their house needs more front doors. Not 1, not 2, 5.
And before you ask, this is in no way related to any OCD compulsion I have about needing doors to correspond to each weekday. Now, let's go buy some doors and big hammers.
5 front doors.
Armed with a sledgehammer and zero common sense, he starts smashing holes through the walls to install them, sending Lois into full meltdown mode.
5.
What the hell are you doing, Peter?
5 front doors, Lois.
Damn it! Did you stop taking your OCD meds?
They don't make me feel creative. 5 front doors.
She manages to stop him before the house turns into Swiss cheese, but not before he leaves a giant hole in the wall as a lovely reminder of his brilliance.
I'm gonna do what all husbands do when they screw something up. Tuck my penis high between my butt and hire a professional to fix it for me.
I can't wait to own a house.
So out of these 10 times Peter redesigned his house, which one is your favorite? Let me know in the comments.